Could Florida be the first state in America to eliminate property taxes? There's a proposal in the Florida legislature right now to do a study to see how eliminating property taxes would affect Floridians. Listen, we're getting hit from all angles, right? Between property taxes skyrocketing, insurance premiums going up, the cost of housing going up exponentially. We need a break. So I applaud Governor DeSantis for taking a look at this and at least considering giving us a break. Now, to be fair, a lot of people are skeptical about this, and rightfully so, because property taxes pays for community infrastructure, right? First of all, property taxes aren't collected on the state level. They're collected on the municipal level, right? So it's your local government that administers or collects property taxes in each city. Now, it's not an easy thing to just remove property taxes. Property taxes pay for police, fire, parks, libraries, public transportation, and the list goes on and on. So just eliminating what I believe is about $40 billion of tax revenue from property taxes, you got to find a way to replace that money, right? You take $40 billion away from the state, where's it going to come from? The proposal, or what a lot of people are suggesting may be done, is to raise sales taxes. Now, raising $40 billion from sales tax would mean sales taxes would have to go from 6-7% to somewhere close to 13-14%, right? So it's almost like, okay, you're going to help out the homeowners, but then what about regular everyday people? What are they going to do on everyday goods and services if they have to pay 14% sales tax? Let's take a look at this video and then we'll talk a little bit more about it.
These property taxes, it's like you buy a home, you buy land, maybe you buy the home outright, but maybe you pay off a mortgage over 30 years. And then, okay, you've paid off the mortgage, you bought the land, you've been taxed many times. It's like, is it your property or not? Just for being on your property, you got to write a check to the government every year. So you're basically paying rent to the government to live on your own property. And our homestead exemption is not strong enough to help these folks because the property gets assessed so high. And that's the thing. If you buy a home for $300,000 and you know there's certain tax, well, then what? 10 years later, they say it's worth $700,000. And so, and they say, there's homestead stuff that helps protect you to a certain extent, but you're paying more. And a lot of people can't afford that. So I think that that's a big issue. And I know we're going to be really looking at ways to bring people relief from that, because I think it's been really something that's pinching a lot of homeowners, particularly seniors on fixed income. But the reality is people have seen, and this is not the state, we don't control this, we've not allowed any of that stuff to happen. We've been cutting taxes, but people have seen their property tax liability go up over these last years because the property is being assessed higher and higher. And the reality is you don't really know how much your home is worth until someone offers you money and is willing to pull the trigger on a sale. That's how a market works. You can say it's worth this much, but if no one's willing to come and offer you that much, then why should you pay taxes on that amount? And so there's a lot of things that need to be done with that. But as part of our DOGE initiative, our state task force will look into local government expenditures by utilizing publicly available county and municipal spending records so that we're able to provide this information.
Folks, I need you to do me a favor. If you're finding value in this video, like, share, and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm, and I try to bring you as much value as possible in the real estate sector. Anything to do with real estate finance, anything to do with purchasing, selling a home, investing in real estate. I'm going to bring you all the information I can, and you liking and subscribing to this video helps to get it out to more people. I appreciate it. I think what might happen is some sort of hybrid, right? Because I don't believe we're going to be able to completely eliminate property taxes. People who file for their homestead exemptions, meaning they live in the home, like they're the homeowner, they live there, that's their primary residence, maybe eliminate the property taxes for those folks, or at least bring it down to almost non-existent. And then the folks who are landlords, these big investment companies. You guys know how I feel about that. Here's another video, you can check that out, about how all these companies that are buying up all the single family homes, etc. But let me not go off on a tangent there. But a hybrid is what might work, where the people who don't live in their homes, the elderly folks who are on fixed income, who can't afford to pay taxes, they already paid their houses off, right? They paid their homes off and they're still paying taxes on their homes. So, maybe commercial taxes, right? The commercial folks who own, buildings, etc., can carry some of that $40 billion burden. Homeowners in the state of Florida have been getting pounded, and they need a break. So I welcome this study to take a look at how property taxes are eliminating or reducing, or coming up with some sort of hybrid program perhaps may give us some relief. Take a look at this next video for a different perspective on this whole matter.
He also wants to get rid of property taxes. That would be a first for any state in America.
It's going to be good for taxpayers, and it's ultimately going to be good for students as well.
Cities and counties now scrambling to figure out how they would pay for first responders and schools, while state agencies and universities could be forced to fire hundreds of people.
It sounds great up front, but there's always and what? Like, at what cost?
Yeah, you heard that right. Property taxes here in Florida could soon be a thing of the past.
But many are worried about how cities, counties, and even the state would cover those missing funds. We have live team coverage on the cutback controversy tonight. Fox 35's Stephanie Belfamonte is looking at what DOGE could be cutting, but we start with Chancellor Wynn. So, Chancellor, you talked to one mayor about the possibility of property taxes going away.
And John Luann, eliminating property taxes could have a huge impact on local government. I mean, here in Oviedo, the mayor says the police and fire department completely rely on the money generated from property taxes. Now, we have also been speaking to some homeowners who say they understand what their property taxes are paying for. They simply say the costs are just getting too high.
I'm sure the entire state's being affected right now with the high property taxes.
As Governor Ron Desantis floats the idea of eliminating property taxes, some homeowners like Darren LeMay say it sounds too good to be true.
It sounds great up front, but there's always and what? Like, at what cost?
And that is the concern. Property taxes are what pays for public schools and roads, as well as essential services like fire and police departments.
We pay over $22 million to sustain our police and fire departments, and that is, that's all of our property taxes. We use 100% of our property taxes for public safety.
That's just for the city of Oviedo. Statewide, you're looking at over $40 billion that would either need to be cut from budgets, or the money would have to come from somewhere else.
If the sales tax were to go up, what the number I've heard preliminarily is it would have to double.
While eliminating property taxes is an incentive specifically for homeowners, policy analyst Esteban Santis says it's everyone who could potentially be paying a double-digit sales tax.
If you are in the top 1%, if you're wealthy, that's going to be great. But if you are, your everyday Floridian, they're not going to see too many benefits from this policy. And if we do double the sales tax, they're just going to see the cost of goods just jump up at the cash register.
Experts say proposing to eliminate property taxes is instead shining a light on other issues like affordability that many Floridians face. Financial experts say Florida home prices are up over 30% compared to 5 years ago, despite wages only going up 10%. Now, since property taxes are local and not state, Governor DeSantis says there would need to be a constitutional amendment, which requires 60% of voters to approve.
So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you soon.